At the outset, I would like to convey my hearty congratulations to the philosophy section of Mahila Mahavidyalaya of Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, for organizing this international conference on the wonderful theme, the Advaitic thought, classical and contemporary. When we are talking about contemporary thought, which is very important because we are living in a contemporary period, and so we must have up to date knowledge as to how Advaitic philosophy can be made use of in the contemporary period. In this context, I remember a wonderful shloka from Adi Shankaracharya who told, Shlokardhena pravakshyami yaduktam kranthakotibihi brahma satyam jagan mithya jivo brahmaiva napara. So Adi Shankaracharya says, whatever has been told in crores of scriptures, I will tell you in half a shloka, not even full shloka, only half shloka. What is that? Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. So first thing that is told is Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. The world is unreal. Brahman alone is real. He is one without a second, and there is nothing excepting that. That is the philosophy Advaita, and I will say that is the classical philosophy of Advaita. But we forgot the second part of the shloka. What is that? Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. There is absolutely no difference between Jiva and Brahman. Now, this equation is more important than the equation of Einstein, E is equal to mc square. What is the equation? Atman is equal to Brahman. What a wonderful thing. In the contemporary period, what does it imply? It implies that inside each and every human being, there is a source of consciousness having infinite power. You need not worry. Why are you under depression? So many suicides, increasing number of suicides, number of patients increasing, depression, tension, everybody in tension. Why? Because we have forgotten the second part of Advaitic philosophy, contemporary philosophy, I will try to say, which is the second part of Adi Shankaracharya's shloka. What is that? Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. Inside every human being, there is a center of consciousness having unlimited power. Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. So Kathopanishad says, Esha Sarveshu Bhuteshu Gudo Atmana Prakashate Drishyate Tvagraya Buddhya Sukshmaya Sukshmadarshibhi. Inside every human being, there is a center of consciousness, which is having infinite power. It is with this message that was that powerful message of Advaita Vedanta, which is very important in the contemporary period, which was delivered by Swami Vivekananda in the World Parliament of Religions in Chicago, when he narrated the shloka from the Shweta Upanishad. Shunvantu Vishwe Amritasya Putraha Aye Dhamani Divyani Tastuhu Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasa Parastat Tameva Viditva Timritimeti Nanya Pantha Vidatenaya. I found the ancient one who is beyond all miseries, beyond all suffering. And then Swami Vivekananda told the American audience, my dear sisters and brothers of America, let me call you by this sweet name. What is that name? Amritasya Putra. Ye, the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings. Ye, divinities on us sinners. It is a sin to call a man so. It is a standing liable on human nature. Come up, O lions, and shake up the delusion that you are sheep. Your souls immortal, spirits free, blessed and eternal. Ye are not matter, ye are not bodies. Matter is a servant, not ye the servant of matter. And what happened? All the Americans, they got a lot of peace of mind. This nectar of Vedanta, which was delivered by Swami Vivekananda in that World Parliament of Religions in Chicago, it was so effective that he had to stay back for 3.5 years there in America. And then he returned. Swami Vivekananda returned in 1897, and he started Ramakrishna Mission. Why? to implement the message of Vedanta. What is the second message of Vedanta? What is that? Solidarity of the whole universe. First is divinity of the soul. Inside every human being, there is a center of consciousness. And the ultimate aim of human being is to manifest the divinity. So in his Raj Yoga book, Swami Vivekananda gives the gist of the whole of Vedanta. Each soul is potentially divine. The goal of human life is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature external and internal. Do this either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy, by one or more or all of these, and be free. This is the whole of religion. Doctrines, dogmas, rituals, temples, churches, mosques are but secondary details. So this message of Vedanta, that is solid, that is divinity of the soul, is very important in the contemporary period, in order that we can come out of our mental tension, we can come out of a depression, that we believe that we are we get the self confidence that we have lost, because there is infinite power. Atman is equal to Brahman. And the second equation that is coming out of this contemporary Vedanta is the solidarity of the whole universe. The whole world is connected. It is a holistic universe. Bell's theorem says the whole world is connected, interconnected by at a deeper level by all the particles of the whole universe are interconnected at a deeper level. David Bohm, a Nobel Prize physicist, he experimentally proved that it's a holistic universe. And that is why Schrodinger, Nobel Prize physicist, says consciousness is a singular of which the plural is unknown. It is one universal consciousness. And this is exactly what Vedanta says, what Advaita, contemporary Vedanta says. What is that? Sarvam kalu idam brahma. Sarvata pani padam tat. Sarvata shishiro mukham. Sarvata shruti malloke. Sarvam avrita tishtati, says Bhagavad Gita. And Tvam Stri, Tvam Pumanasi, Tvam Kumar, Utva Kumari, Tvam Jirno Dandena Vanchasi, Tvam Jato Bhavasi Vishwato Mukha, says the Shvetashya Upnishad. ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किंच जगत्याम जगत तेन तक्तेन भुंजिथा ma gridak kasya siddhanam. The whole world is permeated by one universal consciousness. So Swami Vivekananda, in our own times, has given more emphasis to the second part of Adi Shankaracharya's explanation of the whole of Advaita Vedanta. What is that? That is Jiva Brahmaiva Napara. It is the whole world is permeated by one universal consciousness. And inside every human being, the same center of consciousness is there. And that is why Swami Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Mission. In Banaras, we have a center there. If you have not visited, you must visit. And there are two centers. One is Ramakrishna Advaita Ashrama, one part, and in the same campus, there is another Ramakrishna Mission Home of Service. There is a beautiful hospital. Now, you know it as a Kodia Hospital, but its name is Ramakrishna Mission Home of Service. On one part, there is the divinity of the soul being practiced, that is Advaita, classical Advaita is being practiced, Ramakrishna Advaita Ashrama. And on the second part, the practical Vedanta is being carried out. That is, Swami Vivekananda gave a clarion call to his disciples. So long you had heard the mantras, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava. I am giving you some additional mantras which are more important in the modern age. What is that? Daridra Devo Bhava, Rogi Devo Bhava. It is for worshipping the Rogi Narayana. That is why in our hospital there, they are called Narayana. They are not called patients. They are not called Rogi in Banaras. And there is Narayan Bhandar. And from Narayan Bhandar, when the lunch is taken by all the Narayanas, that is the Rogis, that is the patients, then only all others get their prasad. Rogi Narayan Prasad, we take, all the monks take the Rogi Narayan Prasad. So this is the practical Vedanta which we need now in this age. In the contemporary Vedanta, is this contemporary Vedanta says inside every human being there is center of consciousness. Let us worship that divinity first of all, and that will help us in manifesting our own divinity. And we manifest our own divinity, what happens? We get infinite power, infinite knowledge, infinite bliss. So the aim of life is to manifest the divinity. How? By worshiping divinity in others. That is why all these service projects were undertaken by Ramakrishna Mission, and now many other organs are coming forward. So this is very important. This particular concept, this particular theme is very important. That is the Advaitic thoughts, both classical and contemporary. So let us dwell more and more on contemporary. Classic, classical also is very important in order that we may get strengthened in our philosophy. Our footing in philosophy is strong. At the same time, we need the contemporary meaning of Advaita, and we want practical Vedanta so that we put into practice. The gist of the whole of Vedanta was beautifully given by Sri Ramakrishna, remembering one couplet, very well-known couplet he used to recite, Sri Ramakrishna Dev. जो राम दशरथ का बेटा, वही राम घट घट में लेटा, वही राम है जगत पसेरा, वही राम है सबसे न्यारा. So the same Lord is permeating in the whole universe. Same Vedanta has been told in very simple words. The one transcendental reality beyond time, space, and causation comes and becomes immanent and takes the form of Raja Ram. But that Raja Ram is not limited to King Raja Ram. He is the universe as a universal consciousness. He is permeating the whole universe. So we worship that Rama who was born in Ayodhya, who ruled Ayodhya. But we also worship the Rama who is present in each and every human being, inside the heart of each and every human being. So at this stage, when this concluding celebration is going on of this conference, I'm sure all the participants who had come and who had presented the papers or who joined online, they must have derived a lot of inspiration, a lot of new light, a lot of new knowledge on this topic. And I pray to the Lord that He may grant us strength to remember, to give us the strength to understand this concept Advaita, both classical and contemporary, and to give us the strength to implement this message in our individual life as well as in the social life and the outside life. Thank you very much.